We called some really incredible trades in our last 4-hour public swing trading video. And tonight I've got at least one more kind of excited to show you. But of course, before we get started, I don't know how else to emphasize this as, listen, we got over 1,000 pips in our last public 4-hour just, hey, treat this as an experiment kind of video. That's worth over 10K with the standard lot. One single standard lot on all of those trades. Remember, you can have multiple entries. You can have that married between multiple accounts. You can have 5 standard lots, 10 standard lots. The opportunities are endless. Like, there is no other way to say $10,000 in 20 minutes. Like, that's literally what we're offering in this skill set. So, like I say often, and I'm going to say it again, trading is as easy as you make it on yourself. But remember, we're here to show a skill set, right? We're here to show that you can compound these efforts across time, across dollars. It is possible, right? It's possible how much can change in your world once you gain the skill set, regardless of all the things going on with prop firms and different brokers and MT4, et cetera, et cetera. It's possible. Because once you have the skill set, no one can take it from you. So without further ado, of course, we must say, hey, here's our disclaimer that says everything we talk about is for educational purposes only. Please don't take it as legal, financial, or investing advice. I practice high risk, high reward trading in futures, Forex, and other things, cryptos as well. You can obviously follow safer, kind of slower, less leveraged options and do just fine as well. Okay, let's take a look at what we've accomplished. Remember, these are just from our 4-hour public swing trading videos. We've got our management predefined. It's not subjective. It's not like, well, she knows this or she has that skill set or tool. Nope, all predefined, right? Number one, these are the trades we looked at actually technically a couple weeks ago, but we had a holiday and I was traveling. Just to give you an idea, what that's worth to you, this is the most important part. Truly, truly, we're on week 28 now, so let's update that real quick together. Even if you're risking a small amount, provided you're actually starting with any kind of sizable capital, that's bad. That's not including compounding. That's not including all the other things that you have access to you. So over 1,000 pips we called USD-CAD, gold, and Euro NZD. If you're not sure or you have any questions, go back to the video. It would have been published on 6/18, right, 6/19-ish, based off of UTC time versus America time, and go take a look. Go say, wait, where did we call this? How did that land? What happened since then? How many times could I have re-entered? And get an idea of what's possible. In our private classes, we got we're at 1.1 million pips currently, all time. And of course, we ended up with the month of June about 31,000 pips. And mind you, that's technically only working 3 weeks because we were traveling for the last 2 weeks of the first week of July and the last week of June. So not a bad way to be. Not bad at all. What's possible once you get this skill set. So let's go take a look at the trades that we called and we will look at the trade for this week. Okay, as you guys know, let's first to start off with the trades that we looked at already. So that on 5/21, we actually looked at this again on the 18th, just to give you an idea. So from 5/21, we've got over 150-ish pips. On the 18th, we looked at also new entries. Okay, saying, hey, look, this has got more room. Definitely not a bad way to be. That USD-CAD. Take that off of our watch list. Done. Euro NZD, that's on 6/18. We moved in, give or take, 260, 270-ish pips when that's out of our way. Not a lot to draw down. Never came and hit our support. Got close to a 3-to-1 on that trade. Again, not a bad way to be. That's done. We're going to take it off of our watch list and we're done. Last but not least, gold. I typically don't count it as signals for the public stuff, but this is where we were at. Not only do we have a fresh JGS, a 4-hour signal, but we had retested, so we had pulled back just a smidge. We got a beautiful move. This first one is worth 4,500. This next one is 600. We did come down. We never broke our low. This one we barely managed about a 2-to-1, but still great trade overall. Not a bad way to be. And those are the 3 trades we looked at. So taking those all off of our watch list, I must say last week was NFP. We had our chairman stuff today. We've had a lot going on. There's not a whole bunch in the market that I love. But pay attention to not only our 50 moving average, but also down here to see kind of what we're looking at. If I click through, as you notice, I have a lot of these pairs up. most things, keep your eye over here, are not super setting up, right? I'm not buying at the top for USDJPY, not buying there. There's just not a lot setting up in terms of I really love how it's looking. As I scroll through all of these, obviously I'm really staying away from the JPY at this point, but most things are either not where I want them to be or they're far away. They've already moved and extended too much for me to really consider a move. So with that in mind, today we've got a couple announcements and I have one singular trade for you. So few announcements. In our public membership through Six Figure Trading Coach, you can find that in our link tree. You can find that on YouTube. We now have access to not only our US 30 copier, which is doing really well. It's closing with a set percentage of gains per day, pretty much every day, very, very consistently. Gold, we also have a gold copier, which is meant to be tailored to a smaller account balance. Right now it's in drawdown, but looking like it's going to be just fine. Definitely needs to reset some parameters, but also tailored to set at a certain level of profit each day and close down. Completely hands-free profits. Definitely something to consider if you're looking for a way to have passive income while you gain the skill set, while you figure out what's next on your journey. So those are officially available to the public, not just members. If you're interested, please click on those links and go take a look. Also, for people who are members of Six Figure Trading Coach, we have several EAs that we've released that a lot of members are having a lot of success with. They're hitting sizable levels of percentages of gains per day. They're using our tools, and it's really exciting to see what they're accomplishing. So I'll make sure I try to see if I can't post some screenshots here on YouTube or share some along with this video clip. I'll see if my team can do that just to say, hey, look, here's what's possible with some of these cool tools. So with that said, let's take a look. USDCHF is my pick for the night. Notice here we've got our JGS, sell signal, cool. Not a bad way to be. I am, like I said in class this morning, I would be anticipating a bit of a pull up. Not a lot, probably less than 50 pips. So I'm going to always mark up the candle prior to the one that we're on. But for the big picture, for the swing trade, what I'm looking for is also the sell side down. I'm going to make sure we put this here. I am going to take an active sell on this as soon as we close out this call. Remember, price point from broker to broker, platform to platform is going to vary. But overall, if I pop up a time frame, looking for a decent sell to the downside. So don't be surprised if we get a bit of a pull up. As long as we're not breaking this high, we still have definitely a lot of room to go. To show you what that risk and reward looks like, you're looking at little from the big side, a big picture, all the way down here to come close these for the levels. Hold on. About a 1.82 to 1. Now, mind you, you don't need necessarily your stop loss to be that high. You can use the most recent previous swing high. It's going to be about 2.25 to 1. And of course, we'll go down even further, make it about a 4 to 1. The closer you set that stop loss, the more likely it is to be hit. Please know that. Obviously, mine's going to be at that high. This is only about 40 pips away, so I'm definitely not going any smaller than that. Just something to consider. Please make sure you're protecting pretty quickly. That first one's about 30-ish pips. I'm going to be targeting this low as our first target. Beyond that, we'd like to see what happens, and then we're looking to come fill this void all the way down into here. So not a bad way to be. Let's see how this plays out. Sorry there's only one trade for you tonight, but again, these calls were meant to show you that when you stick with a single strategy, when you have duplicatable management that is sound and applicable to the strategy, anything is possible. Not only that, you don't have to be 24 hours a day trading and hustling and oh my gosh, oh my goodness, not necessary. Once you have your skill set, you're able to say, hey, look, I'm going to trade for 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to wait for my setup. I'm going to set up alerts. I'm going to manage accordingly, either automatically or again with some kind of an alert setup, and do your darndest and then go on with your life. Right? You can go in and follow the things that pull on your heartstrings. You can take the trip that you were looking to take or spend the time with the people you're looking to spend the time with and live in a way that is best suited to you. That's not always necessarily work. So I hope that that message comes across in the way that it is meant. I hope that you guys will have a beautiful week or two, and I will be back on here in 2 weeks. Happy trading. Thanks for listening. Take care and God bless.